Hey guys, I'm back for another video, and I'm going to be reacting today to scariest things caught on camera and spotted in real life. So let's get into the video, guys.
When everything is recorded, life's horrors are bound to be recorded. Encounters with the paranormal, strange animals, encounters with criminals, the murder of an innocent man, and the ravings of a lunatic are just 5 scary things that have been captured for posterity and shared on the internet. These videos will disgust you, scare you, and chill you to your core. These videos contain subjects known to trigger those with anxiety and depression. You have been warned. Let's begin. Number 5. Beeble Fox unboxing his new daughter. This video seems to be the string of consciousness of a man named Beeble Fox as a part of his vlog. This is just one in a series of several Beeble Fox videos that are believed to either be the genuine vlogs of a genuine madman or intense alternative comedy and performance art. The fact that the video seems to capture the perspective of a doll at the start of the video is the first sign that things are wrong. He describes that he's adopted a new daughter and that he's going to unbox her and begins to wipe a knife clean with a pair of girls' panties. He cuts the box open, revealing a mannequin within, and names her Orange. The unboxing itself only lasts about 3.5 minutes. The next 4.5 minutes seem to be some type of delusional fever dream and nightmare. Number 4. Roadblock. Driving alone at night is already scary for some people because of the natural dangers that come with it. A combination of loss of vision, highway hypnosis, and fatigue make driving at night dangerous without having to worry about other people.
This may be
sometimes, however, criminal
too scary for you guys, because that says it could give you depression. Five creatures people thought were fake. That's probably gonna kill me, to be honest. I don't get scared easily, guys, for this show.
For centuries, what could not be explained by man was often labeled as magical and mystical, and creatures of the earth are no different. From the earliest sailors claiming sea lions as mermaids of the deep to today's legends and hunt for the elusive Bigfoot. There's a new breed of science today called cryptozoology, which explores mythical and odd creatures from folklore, urban legends, and more in an effort to prove an animal's possible true existence in the world and debunk the myths and legends surrounding these strange creatures. While the science of cryptozoology is not widely recognized nor a respected field of scientific study, it's hard to ignore the eye-opening discoveries these pioneer scientists and researchers are making. They're essentially rewriting our history, debunking superstition, myths, and lore from the stories of our ancestors. Let's explore some of the most recent and startling discoveries brought to light by this controversial science.
This is really creepy, to be honest. Sorry guys if I'm like skipping a lot of I hate skipping. Seriously. If you guys seriously know what I mean when I say I hate Slenderman. Seriously, he sucks. Like, geez, sorry about that. Load! Seriously. I'm doing a YouTube video. Load. Stop. Please. Load. Thank you. Please. Maybe. Thank you. Please. 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 Load. Seriously. Load. I guess you don't want me to do it. Okay, new Slenderman. Okay, I'm actually gonna do this, guys.
Top 10 scariest things caught on surveillance footage. Security cameras are a valuable asset to commercial and private consumers alike. They allow us to keep watch over our homes when we're away, settle legal disputes, perhaps even help identify a burglar. But every once in a while, security cameras catch something else. Something sinister or unexplainable. So grab a blanket and turn on the lights for the top 10 scariest things caught on surveillance footage.
We are currently giving away an iPhone 7 Plus and 30 Google Play cards and 30 iTunes cards. Now, if you want to be entered into this giveaway, make sure you subscribe right now. Leave a like on this video and comment down below your favorite part of the video. If you are not subscribed, guys, you cannot be entered. So press that subscribe button right now and smash a like on this video. Also, guys, make sure you turn on notifications right now. That little bell next to the subscribe button.
Yep.
If you do, you will be entered into our giveaway, and it will give you a huge chance of winning.
Let's begin, shall we? Number 10,
I'm
the
doing
figure
a
in an
reaction
elevator.
video.
Well, it turns out that our first clip is fake. It is nonetheless creepy. CCTV footage shows two men waiting for the elevator at the end of a long day. Once inside, one man leans against the back of the elevator while the other stands against the side. They can be seen casually talking, perhaps a bit tired. Normal end of the day stuff, you know? It's when the elevator stops and the two men exit that things get creepy. As one man steps away from the back wall, a short, hunched-over figure with no discernible face appears behind him. The figure shuffles after the men, slowly and purposefully. Thank goodness this clip is really an advertisement from Taiwan trying to warn people against working late. It certainly convinced many people. Number 9, revolving door revolt. The fashionable, well-kept lobby of a building off a busy street hardly seems like the kind of place to end up on a list of top 10 scariest footage.
Yep.
However, we all know that misfortune can strike in the most ordinary of places.
Yep.
Our first clip shows a claustrophobic's worst nightmare. We can see people filtering out of the lobby through a rather impressive revolving glass door. A woman steps into the door ahead of a group of 3 men. She slips through and continues on her way, while the man in front stops to adjust his coat and wait for his 2 friends to catch up. What happens next when he enters the door looks like something straight out of a Final Destination movie. 3 steps in, the entire door folds in on itself and the 2 halves shatter over him, sending he and his friend scattering backwards into the building. The unfortunate man pauses at the desk as if to recover while the door casually opens back up into its usual pattern. Was this a simple malfunction of a safety mechanism designed to allow for quick evacuation, or was there something more ominous going on? Number 8, tiger attacks woman. Our next clip is the perfect example of why you shouldn't ever get out of your car in a safari park, no matter how safe the area may seem. The footage shows a white car crawling down a well-paved road in Beijing's Wildlife Park before coming to a stop. Another car creeps along a ways behind them, but the woman in the passenger seat gets out anyway before making her way around to the driver's side. She appears to be arguing with her driver, her husband with the car even starting to go for her without her at one point. The woman glances back at what's now become 2 cars waiting behind them when suddenly a tiger charges on screen, and despite her efforts to get away, drags the woman out of camera view. Their earlier argument forgotten, her husband rushes after her. Incredibly, the woman survived this attack with some pretty serious injuries. Her mother-in-law, who we see her husband attempting to push back, was not so lucky. It was in the very same park that another tiger was videotaped tearing the bumper off a car. It's hardly surprising that rules forbid tourists from exiting their vehicles while inside the park, but people just don't appear to listen in the first place.
True.
Number 7, Swedish sisters.
The
Twin sisters in the next clip on our list are lucky to still be alive. Officers were sent to confront the 2 women after they were spotted by security cameras walking down the center line of a busy highway in the UK. When police arrived on the scene, the sisters bolted into the fast lane, resulting in one of the 2 being struck by a vehicle. Amazingly, neither sister was seriously injured, and police were able to usher them to the side of the road. While the officers gathered themselves and waited for reinforcements, one of the 2 made a run for it. The officer with them tries desperately to grab her, but she slips out of her jacket and darts back into the road. You can hear the desperation in their voices as the first woman is struck by a large truck. Her sister, who followed her onto the road, is sent up over the top of a smaller vehicle and rendered unconscious by the impact. Somehow she comes to and makes yet another attempted escape, requiring 6 people to restrain her. Through what can only be described as a miracle, both sisters survived. What were they doing on the road in the first place, and how did they live through not just 1, but 2 incidents that would have killed most people? Number 6, the Creekside Church Killer. An unidentified person wandering alone through a church in SWAT tactical gear seems odd enough on its own, but it gets downright creepy when you realize that person is in fact a cold-hearted killer. In April of 2016, at a church in Midlothian, Texas, the patrons of an early morning fitness class made the horrifying discovery of the gored body of their instructor, Terry Beavers. What happened and who the killer is remains a mystery. The only solid evidence police have in this case is some disturbing security footage of the killer wandering through the church. The unidentified person can be seen stalking down the hall, seemingly opening and closing doors at random. We may never know what this person was looking for, but we know what they found. Beaver's murder is yet to be solved, unfortunately. Number 5, Lars Matank. The story of Lars Matank is as mysterious as it is creepy. 28-year-old Lars was visiting Bulgaria from Germany with a group of his friends. All was going well, and they planned to return home on July 7th. On July 6th, Lars got into a fight with a group of men and was struck upside the head. After complaining of intense ear pain, Lars was checked out by a local doctor and diagnosed with a ruptured eardrum. He was told he'd be unable to fly home the next day and prescribed antibiotics. Telling his friends that he would be fine and to go ahead without him, Lars checked himself into a local motel. That night he called his mother and told her he was in danger and being followed by 4 men who were demanding to know about the pills. Worried, his mother bought him an airplane and bus ticket for the following day. On July 8th, Lars Matank took a taxi to Varna Airport in the hopes that the airport medical officer would be able to clear him to fly. He can be seen on airport security footage entering medical services with his luggage. A short while later, he was shown running from the office like his life depended on it. He jogged across the airport parking lot and scaled a fence and disappeared from camera view. He was never seen or heard from again. Number 4, the creepy clowns of Springfield. In October of 2014, the residents of Springfield and Jacksonville, Florida, experienced enough clown activity to last a lifetime. In the nights leading up to Halloween, the clowns started showing up on home security cameras, CCTV footage, and even outside local bars. Their actions ranged from disturbing to downright threatening, with one even tearing a pumpkin to pieces with his bare hands on someone's front porch. But mostly, the clowns were spotted walking along pathways, standing uncomfortably still in front of houses, and stalking spine-chillingly slowly through public areas. Whether or not these menacing figures were part of an elaborate prank or something more sinister remains unknown. One thing, however, is clear. Springfield residents would be happy to never see another clown again. Probably not a good idea to show Stephen King's It around there. Number 3. Burglar watches couple sleep. Have you ever felt the hairs prickle at the back of your neck and just knew someone was watching you? The ability to sense when someone is looking at us, even when we can't see them, is an evolutionary leftover that once helped our ancestors avoid becoming lunch to a predatory animal. For the times when we don't or can't notice, security cameras can help by spotting the danger for us. This is exactly what happened to Chicago couple Jack Markecher and Jordan Baranks one evening while they slept on the couch. The next morning, Jordan was able to find her purse, and after a brief argument on whether or not she left it at the restaurant, the two of them tried to retrace their steps by watching the footage from one of Jack's security cameras. What the footage caught is terrifying, however. At around 3:30 a.m., the figure of a hooded burglar appeared at the top of the stairs. The burglar stays there, watching the couple sleep for a total of 10 minutes. Was he simply interested in their peaceful faces or debating more nefarious actions? Number 2, crazy laughing woman on an elevator. Cramped quarters and the ever-present possibility of a malfunction don't exactly paint elevators as the most comfortable place. Even still, most people manage to use them just fine. Our next clip starts off innocently enough. A woman is shown on security footage riding in an elevator. Other passengers get in and out while she tries to hold back a giggle. It doesn't take long for that giggle to turn into full-blown laughter. Her fellow passengers can only guess at who or what she's laughing at. Some passengers crack a smile, some glance awkwardly in her direction, but she mostly seems to be ignored. At one point, her laughter becomes almost desperate, and it's clear that she is unable to stop. During a brief moment alone in the elevator, she dances around, laughing psychotically until someone else enters and she tries to rein herself in. Because clearly elevators weren't creepy enough already. Thank you. Number 1, Ella Salam. On February 19th, 2013, guests at the Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles were complaining of an off taste in the hotel water. When maintenance went to check the water tank, they made the horrifying discovery of the body of Canadian college student Alyssa Lamb. Lamb had gone missing earlier in the month after checking into the hotel. Public interest in the case had increased just 5 days prior to her body's discovery due to the release of the last footage of Lamb taken on the day of her disappearance. She could be seen talking to an unseen person in the hallway, moving in and out of the elevator as if she's hiding from someone or something. To make matters creepier, even the elevator itself appears to be malfunctioning, which leads many people to wonder if there might be some paranormal element to Lamb's disappearance. Others offer the more mundane explanation of mental illnesses and suicide, but the fact that she was found naked with her clothes and personal items floating beside her in the tank makes this theory seem less likely. It was 4 months before the Los Angeles County coroner released an autopsy report saying that there was a lack of physical trauma, and Ella's death was ruled as an accident. What do you think? Was she murdered by a ghost? Crazy, or did she simply slip into the tank and drown? What was she even doing up there in the first place, and who or what was she talking to in that hall? Well, that's been our top 10 scariest things caught on security footage. Did you find them frightening? Was there maybe one you know of that we missed? Let us know in the comments, and make sure to like and subscribe for more top list content, and click the bell icon to stay updated on all of our future videos.
And that
Thanks for
will
watching
do it
again,
for
and
this
I'm signing
reaction
off.
video, guys. Peace, and I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And, bye, I guess. Peace. Till the next video.